Bobcat fans, Al Weston here for another Bobcat Coach's Corner. Been a little while. We took the summer off, and we got Hope Clark with us today. Thanks for being with us, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, I let this go a couple weeks here into the season. Give us some things to talk about. Anything important happened in the last week or so for your soccer program?
We got to win on the road, most importantly.
Every win counts, but this one was a big one against number 5 North Georgia, an undefeated team coming into it, 7-0. They'd only given up 3 goals at all year up to that point, and you scored 3 on them. All came from the same girl, Ashley Valou. Tell me a little bit about the team's effort. I mean, it just must have been an exciting game to be a part of up there in Dahlonega.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we didn't, we definitely don't put much emphasis on the rankings going in,
Sure.
and until you said something, I didn't know that they'd only had 3 goals scored on them. I just knew that they had.
Come on, Coach, you got to do the scouting
hey,
report
man,
here now.
It's soccer. We got to go out there and play, right? Funny thing enough, our girls don't like the scouting report, so we kind of keep them quiet, and it's just the coach's decision. So, it was just the preparation's just the same going in. We knew, as usual, we play a very tough non-conference schedule, and that's to get us ready for the Peach Belt. And for the first time in the 3 years, I think it finally paid off for us. So I'm pretty excited about that. And, just kind of the progress that we're seeing, for us, a big win on the road, which is always, I think tough. And then to go up 2 goals in the first half and be at 2-0, I thought was great. Unfortunately, we let them in the first 10 minutes and to tie the game up. So it was certainly exciting and a little stressful on the coaching end.
Talk to me about the response of the team. You give up 2 goals early in the second half to, again, the number 5 team in the country. While you might not be thinking about that, it might be in your girls' heads.
Sure.
And uh-oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Perhaps might leak in, but it didn't for these guys. They stepped it up even more, got that goal to get us ahead. What do you think was going through the squad early there in the second half?
I'm just really excited about how they responded, and that's kind of every year you have to relearn your team as a coach about how are they going to bounce back when they get a goal down, how are they going to, answer when they're a goal ahead, and so you're always trying to learn about your team, and I think the biggest thing I learned that night was that they're fighters, and certainly not quitters, most importantly, and that I couldn't be more proud of.
And now tell me about Ashley Valou in particular, of course, the Peach Belt Offensive Player of the Week this week. 4 goals on the week and 3 in that one game, our first hat trick since 2007, only the 3rd one in school history. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on there. And Ashley, I know that a lot of it is right place, right time. She has a knack for that sort of thing, but luck starts to turn into skill after a while if you're in that right place over and over again. Tell me about Ashley's game and what makes her so successful.
Ashley's a tremendous player. She always has been. I enjoyed watching her, play throughout the youth ranks, and I used to really enjoy watching her play. She's brilliant on the ball. She's got a good vision on the field, a great knowledge of the game, and just proud of her. I mean, we've known what she's capable of, and certainly being the leading goal scorer last year, and then she's almost surpassed that already, this early in the season. And when Ashley wants to play, Ashley can play, and she's starting to see a lot of time for us. And she's just she's a great kid, rather humble for the most part. From what I know, I don't know what she tells her roommates, but that's the important thing, is just to stay humble right now.
All right, and then the defense, of course, Annie Stevens had an outstanding game, probably the best of her career. Despite allowing the 2 goals, she made 16 saves, which ties the school record for a single game, worth of saves, and that was back in 2004 when we probably didn't have much defense to speak of. So North Georgia, a solid squad, and Annie came up to play as a sophomore. Tell me about her effort in that game.
She's been fantastic this year. I mean, really the entire goalkeeping unit of Michelle Damaris and Taylor Cornelius and Annie Stevens, they're all really pushing each other each day and working hard. Annie's just extremely tactically knowledgeable of the game. She can organize and direct. She's really come into her own. I've known Annie since she was 11 years old and been training her since then. So I couldn't be more proud. I'm like a proud mom of her, to be honest with you, to see how she's kind of evolved at the college level. And she came back after a spring and just a totally different goalkeeper right now. And she's really playing well and has the great support of that goalkeeping unit. So she's come up big for us.
Well, as of taping time here Tuesday, a 4-4 record with 1-2 in the conference, but with the victories that you have, 2 of them have come against top 10 nationally ranked teams. This team, it seems, has the potential to be great, don't they?
Sure, absolutely.
Now, tell me about makes the difference? Obviously, as a coach, you want to figure that out, and if you could, you'd probably be making a lot more money than you do right now. But what makes the difference between those 4 wins and those 4 losses?
Mental. To be honest with you, a lot of it is it's mental. We were kind of in a goal scoring slump, to be honest with you, and so trying to relieve some pressure off that front line. I mean, the goals are going to come. I mean, with the shot count that we're kind of putting up in most games. Unlike North Georgia, I mean, clearly we don't need to shoot as much and win a game, you know.
Maybe that's the key.
Yeah, that's what my dad called me and said, you know, hey, you got to get outshot 2-1 to score and win, you know. So, no, it is true. It's mental, and it's just those girls need to believe, most importantly, and hopefully after the North Georgia game they're starting to believe. But, yeah, I mean, we play up to the talent that we're playing against, you know, and that's part of what we see. And then sometimes we kind of play down sometimes, and I would love to see some consistency, and I think that's the biggest thing that we struggle with the youth of this team. You know, we're still so young, and it's getting these players the experience in each game and the high-level games and some of your mid-level games, you know, and how do you perform day in and day out, you know, and bring in that consistency. So, you know, that's what we're trying to emphasize and, you know, train like you play, most importantly.
Sure. Well, and it doesn't get any easier. Tomorrow you head to Columbus State for a tough ball game there. Number 18 in the country. That'll probably change today. I think a new rankings come out. Might not have the result by the time this video gets out. But tell me a little bit about Columbus State. Obviously, the perennial powerhouse really in this conference. Absolutely. And a very well-respected squad. Absolutely.
I mean, it's always a game with Columbus State, you know, and since I've been here, it's always been one goal, you know, and certainly in their favor. So it's, you know, they're a well-seasoned team. They have experience of playing high-level games. You know, their coach, Jay Antlick, does the same thing, plays a tough schedule, non-conference, and trying to get his team prepped for year in and year out in the national tournament, you know, and so certainly have to respect them. They're going to come out, they're going to come play hard, and certainly knowing that we've beat North Georgia, you know, that's a big game for them. They understand that we're here to play, and you know, it's going to be a tough one, and that's but I have full faith that our girls are going to play up to the, you know, the level of the game, and I think we're going to put forth a fantastic showing tomorrow night, and hopefully maybe it'll turn in our favor.
Cool. Well, you have a lot of youth on this team, very sophomore heavy, particularly with the offensive side of the ball. But it's your experience that is on the back line, the defensive line, and of course that's been a valuable aspect for you thus far this year. Yeah. You know, tell me a little bit about your seniors back there. You got Jamie Colcord, Dixie Robinson, Olivia Holden, and also a junior in Anna Barrow that really are doing a great job keeping things from getting, you know, far into Annie.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a brand new back line for the most part. You know, we had a little bit of Olivia Holden, Jamie Colcord, playing last year on that back line, but Dixie Robinson to come in as she was a transfer and didn't see a ton of time last year due to some injuries, and then Anna Barrow. You know, she's never played center back ever. And I tell you what, they've all transformed extremely well. They're working hard with each other. Kessler Matheson is also on that back line as a sophomore and spending a lot of time on that back line. So, you know, we're trying to transition a little bit and get some of the youth as well, some experience on that back line so that we can fold over next year, and then certainly a sophomore in Annie Stevens. So, but yeah, I mean, Jamie Colcord, Olivia Holden, Dixie Robinson, and Haley O'Hare, our seniors have just provided unbelievable leadership, something that I think, you know, Mary Rob Plunkett would be very proud of, and that makes me proud as a coach.
Cool. Well, again, that back line, it helps create the offense as well. You seem to have a style that you encourage those individuals to kind of work their way into the offensive half. Is that a point as a coach to try and make defense turn into offense?
Absolutely. I mean, what we always say is the defense starts up top with the forwards and the attack starts in the back with the goalkeeper and the defenders. So it is certainly our style of play, and anytime we can get more numbers into the attack, it's a good thing, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to want to outnumber them, and you got a better chance, I guess.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Well, again, I don't know if we'll have the results for Columbus by the time this video goes out, so we're going to look forward a little bit. I know the coach doesn't like to do that, but I got to promote the home games, right? So Saturday, or Clayton State, I should say, Saturday at 3 o'clock. We got something special going on there, a little bit of a doubleheader, first time for us, where we get the club men's team is going to play a game after us. So we're also going to get some youth soccer involved from Morgan County to play a halftime game with us. So lots going on out at Bobcat Field. We want to make sure you get out there for the games. If you can't make it, check us out on Ustream. We have our 2 camera set up there doing some extra bells and whistles for you this year. So get on out to the games there Saturday, Bobcat Field, 3 p.m. against Clayton State. We'll see you at the games, and for Coach Hope Clark, it's Al Weston for the Bobcat Coach's Corner.